Alright, now that you have your wall all built, it's time to install your holds. So you open up your bag of bolts, and, well, there's a bunch of different lengths. I mean, what's up with that, right? The short answer is that different size holds use different lengths of bolts. To figure out which bolt you need to use, stick it in a climbing hold and look for one that has around 3/4 of an inch of thread sticking out the back. That's assuming your wall is 3/4 of an inch thick, of course. This gives you the full engagement of the bolt's threads in the T-nut. Alright, now that you know the basics, let's get into the finer details of the bolt. For climbing holds, the North American climbing industry uses 3/8 of an inch by 16 Allen head cap socket bolts. We'll just refer to them from now on as a bolt. The 3/8 of an inch part of the name is the diameter of the shaft, where the 16 is the thread count. And the final measurement you need to figure out is simply called the length. Bolts measure from under the head of the bolt to the tip of it. Now that you know how a length of bolt is determined, let's figure out what size bolt you actually need. The length of bolt you need is a bolt that passes through the thickness of the climbing hold and through at least 6 threads of the T-nut. For 3/4 of an inch thick plywood, you will need at least 3/4 of an inch of thread sticking out the back of your climbing hold. So, simply put, hold thickness plus wall thickness equals the length of bolt that you actually need. Bolts come in 1/2 inch increments. So when you find you need a 2¼ inch length bolt, just round up to 2½. Also, expect the bolt to protrude out the back of the climbing wall about 1/4 of an inch to 3/8 of an inch, and that's pretty standard. Sounds pretty easy, right? Well, the catch here is that all climbing holds have different thicknesses, because when we design a hold, we want to ensure that there's as much material between the washer and the wall as possible. This allows us to keep the bolt head near the surface of the hold, and it gives it the most amount of strength. If you want to avoid most of this, order your bolts with your holds. You'll see on Atomik's website there are hardware options. Our system will choose the correct length of bolts for the holds that you're actually buying. Wall type tells the computer the thickness of your wall, so it can determine what size you actually need. You just need to pick the hardware options that best suits your wall. Now that we know the ins and outs of climbing bolts, let's put it all together and get those holds up on that wall. For more how-tos, please check out our website, and thanks for watching.